Up next is the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills picked 30th overall in the draft, and with their first round pick selection, they took Miami Florida edge rusher Gregory Rousseau. I liked this pick quite a bit. Rousseau to me is one of those players, so I think he's a boom or bust situation. Lots of people are not really high on Rousseau because he did not play last year and the year prior. He had lots of sacks, but in a game he'll have 2 sacks, but you won't see him the rest of the game because it just seems like he disappears and doesn't do anything. But the Bills, their top need heading into the draft was edge rusher. Gregory Rousseau was arguably the best player here. It made quite a bit of sense. I gave this pick an A. I thought it was really well done here by Buffalo. In round 2, they take another edge rusher and Carlos Basham Jr. from Wake Forest, the edge rusher. I love this pick here. I think this is tremendous value getting Basham here in the second round. Basham here, 61st overall. That's tremendous value. And you're not taking a team need here. You're taking best player available, and it's also a team need. So it really works out well for Buffalo. I also give that pick an A. I just really, really like that pick a lot. As we continue here in round 3, they took a sleeper pick, and it's also a steal in my opinion. They took Northern Iowa offensive tackle Spencer Brown. I also give that pick an A. And the Buffalo Bills had some really nice picks in this draft. I think Spencer Brown with a 93rd pick overall, I would consider that a steal. Spencer Brown played at Ohio State, Alabama, something like that. Many people would regard him as a first-round pick. Getting more protection for Josh Allen in round 3 while getting team needs and best player available in round 1 and 2, and arguably even round 3 as well. Buffalo really had a really, really nice draft. They did not have a 4th-round pick. But with their 5th-round pick selection, they took Miami, Ohio offensive tackle Tommy Doyle. I gave this pick a B. Doyle, it might have been a little bit early here, maybe just a tad bit, but I like this pick quite a bit. Doyle was probably the best offensive tackle here available. They could use more offensive line help. They did not take an offensive lineman until round 3. But Doyle, to me, he had a great pro day with Miami. Really helped his draft stock a lot. Around January, he was around the 200 and 220 range on big boards. He's 161st pick here. Really helped his stock a lot. This pick for Buffalo was pretty decent. In the 6th round, this might be my favorite pick for the Buffalo Bills. In the 6th round, I took Houston wide receiver Marquez Stevenson. I gave this pick an A+ because Marquez Stevenson, I think getting a little bit more weapons for Josh Allen was mandatory, and it was getting Marquez Stevenson here with 203rd pick is amazing value. It's a great pick. Marquez Stevenson is very underrated. I'm not sure why he fell this far. He's a speedster, and he's not really been talked about much at all. People talk about Jalen Darden being a speedster and how he's going to be great, and I'm one of those people. But people just do not talk about Marquez Stevenson because he's very similar to Jalen Darden, who was actually drafted in the 4th round by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Losing John Brown to the Raiders in free agency, gaining Stevenson here, I think he'll take over a Brown spot and be really, really good in the Buffalo Bills offense. So I gave this pick a grade of A+. Now, they also had another 6th-round pick, and with their second round pick, they took Pittsburgh safety DeMar Hamlin. I gave this pick a grade of A. They could use more safety depth. I think Hamlin was arguably the best player here available. Micah Hyde's getting up there in age. I would not have been shocked if they took safety even earlier in the draft. But I really like DeMar Hamlin here. I think it's a great pick. I think it's a team need. It's one of the best player available. And in these picks when it goes to the later rounds, it's always best to take best player available over team need. Actually, the Buffalo Bills kind of took a team need and best player available, so I thought that really worked out well for Buffalo, so I gave them an A here. They actually had the pick right after this, 213th overall, and they selected Wisconsin cornerback Rashad Wildgoose. They could use a little bit of corner depth here. Wildgoose is one of the better corners available. I don't know if he was I don't think he's one of the best players available, but I don't think it was a bad pick. I gave it a grade B. I thought it was a nice pick by Buffalo. With their last pick of the draft, the 7th round, with the 236th pick overall, they selected Texas Tech guard Jack Anderson. I gave this pick a grade B. They could use more guard help, a little more depth at the offensive line to protect Josh Allen. Anderson was the best guard available. He was one of the better players available. So I thought that was well done by Buffalo. And overall, I gave the grade for the Buffalo Bills an A. I thought they were really, really good, especially their first three picks with Ricky Russo, Carlos Basham Jr. for Wake Forest, and Spencer Brown. Those picks to me were all tremendous value picks. They were team needs, and they were all the best player available. It was a great draft by the Buffalo Bills.